Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Lately, what I've been doing at the beginning of every stream is featuring channels, and it's a different channel that is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, so that if you were to go back and check our social media or watch the first few minutes of a replay, you would find some of the most influential creators that have come through the Tuber Chat family, even if you're not catching us streaming. And the creator I'm going to feature right now is part of a small series that I've been doing lately. We've got moderators that have been with us for literally 5 years now, if you can believe that. Scratch and PPA obviously is one of those. He's one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey, which is now exceeding 8 years. And what I wanted to do was introduce everybody to some of the moderators whose channels you may not yet have seen, even if you've been coming through here over the last year or two and very frequently. All of the moderators here have been featured at least once before, but it's been a few hundred episodes actually since Scratch and PPA was featured, and I wanted to introduce him. You'll see in the coming few streams we've got a few more moderators to introduce you to. When we look at what Scratch and PPA is doing on his channel, he's bringing an interesting twist to lottery ticket scratching, which is a huge category and genre on YouTube. What he does is pits two tickets against each other and offers us the ability to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. The interesting thing here is that Scratch and PPA has been able to premiere with perfect consistency. Occasionally he just drops a video, but every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern for well beyond 4 years. We're actually at 4.5 years now, if you can believe that. And if you can catch one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than what we do here, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, the Bud Files, Butler Family Farm, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, a lot of fun to be a part of, and every moderator on this channel, Tuber Chat, is a longtime dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. I believe that's what draws me to them. But it also means that whenever you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. So thank you, Scratch and PPA, for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. Like I said, Pete's been a dear friend for a long time. He actually found me on another channel that I was running, and this is beyond 5 years ago now, or pretty close to it, and ended up finding out about the Tuber Chat channel and then came into the community and has been here ever since. And if you can imagine, we're now on episode 841, and that is no joke. If you go back and look, we've done 840 of these live streams. He has been here for about 800 of those from beginning to end, if you can imagine. Now, I certainly don't expect anybody to be here, you know, every time we stream or for 3 hours every time we're here. I really do appreciate every moment that everybody can spend. We've got friends that run the stream in the background. We got a few people who peek in while they're working and driving and doing other things. We've got a few friends who come by just to give us a thumbs up, regardless of what else they might be doing. Some of our friends even go live and still manage to peek in for a quick second to say hello, and I appreciate all of those things. So Scratch and PPA is known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, and I hope everybody will connect with him if you haven't already. He's working on 2,500 subscribers. Of course, this fellow Canadian is monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get to his channel. But you'll also notice the presentation is at the forefront of his mind. He's got a bright, beautiful avatar that's matched by content in his thumbnails, which also give us a hint about the giveaways that happen during his Scratch Challenge series of videos. And then his video editing skills have been complemented ever since his very first production, now beyond probably 5 years ago. I have to go back and look. The other day it still said 4 years. But if I go and I look here, yeah, it still says 4 years. So any day now it's going to flip over to 5 years, if you can imagine. And like I said, perfect consistency for this creator. He started his Scratch Challenge series on January 1st of that year, and has kept it going ever since. So, Scratch and PPA as well updated or expanded is the word I'm looking for, his content. A couple of summers ago, he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos. These are really cool because they show us different views around all the areas he visited, and I believe that's going to become more of a trend as time goes on, because now that YouTube has long changed the time limit for us, that we can make 3-minute shorts, it gives you a lot of opportunity to actually edit things and get a little more creative. So Scratch and PPA had the foresight to get that done 2 years ago, and brought us his very first live stream from Italy. So I know a lot of people will be hoping for more, but we're all excited that he's expanded the content on the channel and given us a little bit of a chance to get to know him a little bit better. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA, push him towards that 2,500 subscribers that he's thinking about. And it's really hard for me to mention Scratch and PPA without mentioning Michael's Adventures. These two creators happen to be friends. I see them supporting each other all the time over the last 5 years. They came into the Superchat family around the same time, probably only weeks apart. Michael's Adventures just dropped a raid into our channel. He did a premiere earlier. He actually premieres every single day with at least one video, usually trail cam type footage that brings us wildlife like raccoons, foxes, deer, opossums. He does some bird watching. And if you go through the channel, you're going to find a lot of walk and talk type videos where he gives us a look around his areas, even though he's moved around a little bit in the last 5 years. And then you can see all the premieres he's got set up. He usually does these at least a month in advance, sometimes even longer. I'll go back and set the notifications for all those afterwards. We set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then when we look at shorts on Michael's Adventures channel, we see that he's got a little more outdoor content, a bit of lottery ticket scratching, and then a slot game has got the top position here at 6,300 views, and he still does things like that occasionally. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures, another beloved and dedicated moderator, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. So that's probably the longest intro for two channels I may have ever done, but I wanted to introduce these creators. Michael's Adventures, I think, has been featured about 4 times over the years, and I just wanted to introduce these moderators to everyone. Let me spin the wheel really quickly and we'll get another channel up onto the screen. Thank you again, Scratch and PPA, for that super chat. Again, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Canadian Family Life is also a moderator, but it's just coincidence that the wheel picked her. I'm going to do some introductions in a moment. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I'm just adding a few more names to the wheel. The way that things work here in Superchat for anybody that's brand new is that we add names to the wheel that you see on the screen from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. In the next 3 hours, I'll continue to spin that wheel. We'll see which channels are going to come up. We'll put them on the screen. I'll tell you what I know about them and what I've learned. We'll talk about our friendships together. And then after a long while, members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, but after a long while I'll start adding names to our wheel from our chat list. And again, it's based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. And we'll see more of that. And I've got quite a few names on the wheel right now. Just Jason Keto and the Stock Explorer are both beloved and dedicated moderators. They get added onto the wheel along with members. Chocolate Drop and Mel Runs Things were both early in the door. Crafty Witch 232 just came over from Michael's Adventures premiere. And Darren the Fish and Matt and Mouse are both on the wheel already. Now, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I know Controversial Cruising is in the house. Cruising Complete is also here. Foodie's Vacations is back in the house. And then Fuzzy Adventures and More is New Horizons Above and Beyond's second channel. Just Danielle is in the house. It's good to have you here. And Jesse Journals and Unboxes is another friend of probably 5 years by now. Mike from Nebraska, it's good to have you in the house. Ship to Shore Cruise News and the Supreme View are both in the house. And then let's continue on and we'll talk about what Canadian Family Life has got going on. This channel is another, obviously, fellow Canadian, but coming from New Brunswick. And they are one of the fastest growing channels that we've seen in the last 5 years in the Superchat family, getting to over 3,000 subscribers in barely over a year. And I believe the biggest reason why is because Tiffany is so supportive of other creators. I run into them constantly, not to mention they've collaborated with a lot of people. The first thing I noticed when Canadian Family Life started coming into the Superchat channel just over a couple years ago was the fact that I saw Tiffany featured on so many other channels in their StreamYard panels. Collaborating is a great way to grow your channel really quickly because every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're all but guaranteed to grab a handful of not just subscribers, but loyal and dedicated supporters, because word of mouth is always the best thing to get us a little bit of promotion, if we want to look at it that way. So Canadian Family Life is going to bring us food bank grocery hauls, a lot of cooking videos. As a matter of fact, sometimes she even challenges her husband Chris. He's got his own channel called Chris's Creation Fun, where he does 3D printing solar panel work as well as do-it-yourself videos. Canadian Family Life is going to feature Happy Meal videos, a lot of haul type ideas, along with those grocery store food bank hauls, and then vlogging on the channel as well. One of the things I like to mention is this impeccable container garden that they've got. And Tiffany's got the family hopping in and out of just about every video as well. They're all actually involved too. So if you watch the trailer or intro for the channel, and then if you watch any of the videos, you'll see the rest of the family hopping in and out, including live streams. One of the things that Tiffany's been doing lately is cooking different things that are meant to be an alternative to what we might find in restaurants or takeout food places. If we can make some of this stuff at home, we could save a few dollars. That's a big part of that. And then Vlogmas was where she started doing a lot of vlogging, which she continues occasionally right now. Shorts on this channel feature some New Brunswick winter weather, getting into 3,000, 5,600 views. One of them still getting views. This lightning bug shorts video, I think, is picking up more views. And then the winter weather there that I like to mention is working on 5,700. Then live streams on this channel. These are occasional. Tiffany's usually on every month or two, but like I said, she's been featured on dozens of other creators' channels, including I Am Betty J Gathers, as you see there, in a lot of interviews and things like that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Canadian Family Life. Of course, she's monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So I just put the bud files onto the wheel right now, and Crafty Witch 232 has come up. This is Andy. She is usually live just about every single day, and then out supporting other people as well. This is another channel that's growing rapidly. I believe that's the biggest reason why. Now, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I'm unsure if any more channels came in. And I know I say it a million times, the biggest thing is we always want people to feel welcome when they come to our channels. What a horrible idea it would be if somebody came to your channel to visit, didn't feel welcome because they didn't get a hello, and then just left and never came back. There's over 50 million channels on YouTube. The chance of somebody finding you randomly twice is pretty slim. Savannah Mills, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then, pardon me, I'm always behind in the chat. Peace and Q's, good to see you in the house. That's a cool name, actually. L's Endeavors, good to have you here. Yeah, I think Peace and Q's might be here for the first time. But thank you for coming in. And then Crafty Witch 232, it's interesting what's going on this channel. They do a lot of creative things. As a matter of fact, they got a small list for us in their About section. Cross-stitching, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, parlor beads, and more. And then when we look at what they're doing on their channel, they got a few videos here, but they've got a lot of shorts. And you notice the pop culture references here. There's a mix of 3D printing and crochet in most of these. And I was taken away with this channel right away because of that creativity. 10,000, 14,000 views. And it turns out this creator actually makes a lot of this stuff for the purpose of selling it at different types of shows. I'm assuming things like Comic-Con and things like that. When we look at live streams, Andy is live just about every day, either creating or playing a video game. 99% of the time it's creating. And boy, are they ever a hard worker. Some of these live streams have now started to get into 4 and 5 hours, if you can believe that. But you'll meet lots of friends over there. They encourage and even promote the idea of meeting other people the same way we do here in Superchat. And then the Supreme View, thank you so much for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. As a matter of fact, I will put your channel on the screen because we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. Now, the first thing I'm going to have to ask is for your forgiveness while I apologize, because I haven't yet gone through my watch later list like I promised to do. I usually get that done in between streams, but you can see I've got quite a list of videos. These ones I've been through, but I've got to rerun almost all of these couple at the bottom here. But you can see I'm quite behind, so forgive me for that. But I do have this video, GTA 6 trailer to reaction from the Supreme View, still in that list. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to go ahead and subscribe right now. Usually I don't do that while I'm live streaming, but it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to grab another video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, and playlists can be a great tool for that kind of thing. But I'll make sure tonight, after this stream, before we get even into the end of the evening, I will make sure I go through my watch later list today and make good on that promise. That's one of the things we always have to think about, right? The promises that we make. Most people are patient. They'll give us a moment. Life happens and everything else, but we just want to make sure we make good on those, right? Cruising is fun anytime. Good to see you in the house. As a matter of fact, that is a couple of good friends. That's Jeremy and Cheryl. And they have a handful of channels, one of which is Hats on a Mission, which I believe just passed 300 subscribers, if I saw that post correctly. Peace and Q's, oh, forgive me, such a catchy name. I didn't realize that was more than once, but forgive me for that also. Not realizing that you've been here a couple times before. I may have thought of that if I took another second to think about it, but I'm unsure. But still, it's a fun name for a channel, that's for sure. The Supreme View, thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Like I keep saying, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated always. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we're doing now. So the Stock Explorer is coming up, a beloved and dedicated member and moderator. And I noticed that King Morgan is in the house, so I'm going to get them onto the wheel. Because like I keep saying, we always put members and moderators on as soon as we see them in the chat. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Andre Southgate is a longtime friend, and the ladies of iTalk, it's good to have you back in the house as well. The Stock Explorer has been here for just about 5 years also. It could be a little bit less than that. I lose track sometimes of how long some of us have been friends. I can't remember every channel, of course, but the reason why I mention it so often, especially about channels that have been here for 3 or 4 or almost 5 years, is just to give everybody a bit of optimism and remind everybody that we can literally see the future right now. We've been doing this a long time. We know that for everybody here, you're going to make friends that will literally be with you not just weeks and months into the future, but years from now, still supporting your channel. And I find it inspiring, so I hope you do too. When we look at the Stock Explorer, we see Nora. She's actually got 2 channels. I'll show you both of them. In Florida, this creator started their channel with the intent of talking about the stock market and crypto a little bit. They've actually expanded all of their content. They've got a bit of variety on the channel as well, and gotten into some lottery ticket scratching over the years. The latest series on this channel features Scratching with Strangers, where they literally meet people for the first time, and scratch lottery tickets with them while listening to interesting stories. And this creator still to this day talks stocks and crypto. They do a lot of members only posts. Here's an example of one where they just did a trade. They're very forthcoming about all their own investment plays. And then if you dig through all their videos, you'll find some older videos. Interesting to see what they had to say about Nvidia 3 years ago. And then they've often got product in hand as well. Now this creator's done shorts on their channel, but they've done what a lot of people are doing, which is just to bring pure variety into their shorts videos, regardless of category or niche of the channel. This could be great for dragging in subscribers, and then hopefully after they're introduced to your regular, or regularly scheduled content, they'll just become fans as well. But 2,900, 4,300, and this shorts video still gets views today. It's over 14,000 now. Then live streams. So Nora doesn't have a schedule, but goes live usually a few times a week. Sometimes it's talking stocks and crypto. Sometimes it's a chance to get to know Nora. Sometimes she's lottery ticket scratch battling with other creators and channels. And then sometimes she's got StreamYard panels happening, and that could be stock and crypto talk, or it could be friendly conversation. I've actually joined Nora on their channel for a couple of hours while we did a talk about YouTube and our friendship and things like that as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer. We'd love to push Nora towards the 2,400 subscribers we know she's thinking about. And this creator's monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got a second channel called Tropical Buzz, and like I said, they're in Florida. They want to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. And they're over 300 subscribers right now, so we'd love to keep them on the road and maybe move them a little bit farther towards the 400 we know they're thinking about. And I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. The Bud Files is coming up right now, and this is an interesting channel. There's a lot of family togetherness here. Sue likes to really support creators, so much so that as this channel grows, now over 3,000 subscribers, which is no surprise, they have done more shout out videos than probably anybody I've seen. They do it every 100 subscribers. I don't know if they're going to continue that after 3,000 because they've already got to split their videos into 2 parts. But Sue does a very good job of keeping track of what everybody else who has a channel does. and they will do a shout out video. Look at these, 50 minutes, another hour and 10 minutes over here, just talking about other channels and the things that they do and the support that they've had. Now, that's just one tiny aspect of this channel. This family sought out to be modern day archaeologists. The idea is to uncover history and digitally preserve it in video. They've been doing that and bringing us a lot of other history in their Way Back Wednesday series. So sometimes they take us to abandoned locations, but this family has also brought us to a lot of touristy type destinations. And then when we look at live streams, we see that they bring us both outdoors for adventures or into their home. They could be singing, they could be dancing, they could be playing games. I like to joke that they could be bowling in the house because I've seen them do that more than once. And then shorts on this channel have gotten now into 3,000, 5,000, one at 15,000 views. This gives you a little bit of a look at the family here. When we talk about them being officially over 3,000 now, that puts them on the road to 3,100. So I'm hoping we can get them a little bit farther. And of course, they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. The Debbieist is in the house. Good to see you here. The Debbie Way Gaming. And then when we look at the chat as well, Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative, has come in, so I put them on the wheel right away. Let's spin. Let's see who's coming up next. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then King Morgan is up right now. This is another creator who's here with us regularly. They're working on 3,300 subscribers as well, and of course they're monetized. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I know it says my thoughts, but it's almost then something like a reaction, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see what they have to say there. They do a bit of variety on their channel. They've got a bit of information on their about section there. And then shorts over here feature a lot of the creator theirself, but some of these have started to get into 5,800, 7,100, 9,900. I wonder if we're going to get the Little King into 10,000 views on that shorts video. Then live streams as well. This creator's live regularly. You can see usually several times a week. Could be the creator themselves or could be some video gameplay. So hopefully everybody will connect with King Morgan. Like I said, they're here with us regularly. They're actually a friend of at least a couple of years as well. And then thank you, Anfield Road Layout in the Loft. Good to see you in the house. And then let's spin the wheel, and we see that Matt and Mouse is coming up. I mentioned it the other day, but I really enjoy what I see on their channel. I'm fascinated by things like tiny homes, and especially when people are building things themselves. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in a few more minutes here. Now, as well as Matt and Mouse, which I'm going to get ready, we also see there's another super chat in the chat here. Just Danielle, thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course. But what we're going to do is put Just Danielle's channel up after Matt and Mouse when we get back from a 3.5 minute break that we're going to take here in a second. We'll make it fairly quick, but right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series. And these are videos now on the Tuber Chat channel listed in a playlist and as a podcast. Each of the conversations goes on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long, where I asked the featured creators for their opinion without adding a lot of my own, knowing that they are going through all the same things we are here. They've been friends of ours for years, except that they have all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuber Chat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know, mm-hmm. So always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
but we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, in a weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap that it is.
There you go.
And so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Mod6510 models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth, because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. And I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yep,
definitely
improving over time.
Improvement is and also it's good, it's edifying for yourself. It really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. It's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. All right, we are just about back. Tim Mitchell, forgive me. I don't know what was going on. I saw you at the beginning of the stream. I missed saying hello, but thank you for letting me know you're still in the chat. I do have you on the wheel. It took me a minute to get it on there, but I did put you on a while ago. And then, yeah, Scratch and PPA featured on Friday the 13th. Yeah, and I didn't plan that, so it's obviously something in the universe bringing it together. Matt and Mouse is up on the screen right now. We're going to look at Just Danielle in another moment. Matt and Mouse, I was taken away with. They're fellow Canadians, as a matter of fact, and I saw their channel. I mean, you look at the thumbnails here, obviously they're really well done. And I personally am fascinated by things like tiny homes and cabins and cottages and things like that. It's not that I'm as into the outdoors as a lot of our friends who are going to have these things, but I truly am fascinated by them. The smaller the better, in my opinion. And Matt and Mouse, I was really happy to see what they had on their channel, and I watched this particular video here, A Year of Wildlife at Our Off-Grid Tiny Cabin, and that led me into watching a couple of other things here. Matt and Mouse are here with us regularly and now approaching 1,900 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. As a matter of fact, you notice that they've got a website and everything. What I didn't realize about these creators and this channel in the very beginning is how professional of a job they're doing. It's still fun, but just very well polished. They've really got a good thing going here, so this is definitely a channel to watch. I hope everybody will connect with them and see what they've got going on. They do a great job with their videos and their descriptions, in my opinion. What I mean by descriptions is what they do in the video when they're talking about the things that are involved in either their tiny cabin, or I say tiny cabin because I'm so used to tiny homes and they've got it listed there, tiny cabin, but it's really cozy and really cool. So for anybody that's into that, I'm sure you'll be impressed. Next up is going to be Just Danielle. And they dropped a super chat right before we went on that break there. Give me a second here. Pardon me. I'm butchering my description of Matt and Mouse's channel here, getting ahead of myself. They got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 1,600, 1,700 views on a few of these. I think a couple of the newer ones are doing really well. And then live stream. So they did one many months ago. There's Jason right there. Hopefully we'll see them bring some more live streams, but we'll be ready. We got notification bells on for every single channel. And then Just Danielle is coming up right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
So Just Danielle is up on the screen right now. They dropped a super chat. Again, I got to ask for your patience and forgiveness as well, because I haven't been through that watch later list that I was talking about, but I likely have a video here. Do I not have a video in here from Just Danielle yet? Did we not put this channel on the screen yet before? I thought we did. Just Danielle, so I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video, a garden update video, I'm going to put that into my watch later list, and then that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list, I'll watch your video in full, I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And we see that this creator is actually working towards 600 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Tanks and Fish, I've got you on the wheel as well, and let's spin the wheel. Yeah, I thought, Just Danielle, that I had your channel on the other day, but I'm mistaken. I didn't realize I hadn't been through my watch later list, and I suppose I've just been running on a little less time than I thought. But I'll make sure, like I said, to get that done tonight. And then Mel Runs Things is coming up right now.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Jeremy D-Day's in the house. He's a friend that's been with me for about 6 years. He's known as JD Knight 7 on his other channel. He's here with us regularly. Mel Runs Things is up on the screen right now, bringing us lifestyle, family, cooking, fitness, running, and much more. And this is a creator basically living their best life over 50. When we look at their content, they've been doing quite a bit of extra variety lately, and I'm just going to grab their latest video here. I'm unsure what this is, but it's a music video, and we'll see what they got going on. It's good to see these challenges. We see this with a few different channels like Just Jason Keto and Consume the Goodness. Good to see P&J's Homestead Adventure and Mel Runs Things getting into these as well. What a lot of creators are doing is either challenging each other for similar content or challenging each other to completely different things. So a butter challenge looks like they're being challenged to make their own butter, which will be interesting to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mel Runs Things. We'd love to push them towards the 1,800 subscribers they're thinking about. And this looks like, yeah, it is some diamond painting. I was thinking about that just literally today while I was setting up for Superchat. I saw a few channels come through with thumbnails about diamond painting. We're seeing more and more of that lately. And it reminds me of pixel art. I think that's where my fascination comes with it. I think it's really cool to see. And I keep saying it, but it looks relaxing and therapeutic, as a matter of fact. One of these days, maybe I'll try it. They've actually got Mel Runs Things a live stream coming up next week for this, so we'll see what they've got going on there. And then let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel ready to go.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
One of the cats is making some noise in the background there, so I was trying to call them. They're not like dogs, though. They don't just come when I refer to them, right? Because I'd let him do a cameo. Sometimes he likes to do that. AceFlaw1, good to see you in the house. Another friend, that's Andy. He brings us travel content. He's been with us pretty much from the beginning. It's almost time for me to add names to the wheel from our chat list, actually. I'm probably overdue for getting that done. We'll do that in a couple of minutes here. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. And the Supreme View, thank you again, especially for your extra generous support today. I think actually what I'll do is I'll move it a little bit faster. We'll get Savannah Mills onto the wheel right now. And then we'll talk about Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage, and Creative. So this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they've been with us a few months now, I believe. And they let us know they're going to bring us creative pieces and coloring pages. They're going to bring us shopping and thrifting, as well as some original art. They're going to repurpose some otherwise looked over things, let's just say, if that makes any sense at all, the way I'm saying it. Creative decor as well. I'm reading literally little pieces from their about section here, but you can read that when you get there. Bit of variety on the channel as well. And then, coloring pages here. I was going to say, is that diamond painting? But no, it's coloring, yeah. And I've done a bit of that, actually, for a specific reason, but gotten involved in a little bit of coloring lately, which is interesting. I remember it's a long time back when things looked like adult coloring books were starting to get very popular, and I see that kind of thing sometimes, as a matter of fact. Shorts have gotten into 2,000, 2,700, 4,600 views and beyond. And then thank you, Just Jason Keto. I will actually, well, what I'll do is, if you want, I usually wouldn't, but I'll take your name off for now, and then when you're back, I'll put it on so that we can see your channel while you're here. And then, but thank you for the offer there. And that gives us a channel ahead, as a matter of fact. Peace and Q's was asking who had the diamond painting. There might be a couple of creators here in the chat right now that had some diamond painting. Did Mel Runs thing? I forget if it was Mel Runs Things. Oh, that had diamond painting on their channel. I forget if Crystal Dragon does any of it. Why, for the life of me, am I uncertain? Yeah, we've got quite a few channels now. We got a few diamond painting channels that come through the Tuber Chat family, but we got a lot of friends that actually do that. Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative, has also got live streams. So they did one of these just a week ago. So we'll likely see some more. They did another one a month ago outdoors. And we've got notification bells on for every single channel so we can catch each other's live streams and everything else as often as possible. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. We're moving faster than we usually do. My guess is because we started an hour earlier than we usually have been. And but that's cool because we're getting to see some channels that we otherwise might have taken quite some time to get onto the screen.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Now, usually when we connect with creators, we talk about the idea of watching a video that's at least 3 minutes long from beginning to end. In the case of channels that only have shorts videos, what I recommend is watching 2 or 3 of them because it's the same 3 minutes basically, right? And the idea is that we would take something like maybe the most popular one, put that in a special playlist, and then take another couple, put them in your watch later list. You can just let that run afterwards. But what that will do is after you've connected with the creator, and you don't have to do this with just shorts videos. Anybody obviously is free to do much more than I talk about, which is the minimums. But it shows YouTube that you cared so much about that creator's content that you went back for seconds and maybe thirds and everything else. But you also notice that every time I put a channel on the screen, if they've been here before, then I'm subscribed. So even with shorts channels, the subscription usually sticks. So Darren the Fish is another channel we're still getting to know as they continue to post content in short form here. But they're bringing us their aquarium, which is really cool. I've always thought that anybody that's got any kind of fish or pets, especially in something like an aquarium, lends itself great to YouTube because it's stationary, right? And you can get good shots with your camera, even if you're using a phone. Vintage Style by Joe. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I'll spin the wheel again.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And when we look at Chocolate Drop, we see somebody who's also been a dear friend to us for years. We've got a inside joke. She calls me Mr. Customer Service, and I'm sure it's because of the way I speak and my voice and everything else. But I've been lucky enough to catch Chocolate Drop, not just for videos, but also live streams. We'll look at those first. I've caught her usually in the kitchen and cooking up a storm over there. But you can see she's always laughing, always smiling, always having a good time. They actually have a second channel. Chocolate Drop, can you remind me, if you don't mind, what it is? For the life of me, I'm not going to remember. Oh, I know it's is it lottery ticket scratching or is it slot gameplay? For the life of me, the name is it's like I can see the letters, but it's not drop it something, right? You're gonna have to remind me. I can't remember what the name is. Forgive me for that. Chocolate Drop has got live streams that are pretty regular, as you see, usually on at least once a week. And then shorts on this channel as well. These have gotten into, wow, 12,000, 13,000, one at 50,000. And you see more of the same, sometimes outdoors, mostly indoors, but this creator actually takes us on a lot of outdoor adventures. They've brought us a abundant number of CVS hauls, and then sometimes they take us to other places that me in Canada I don't get to see, but TJ Maxx and things like that. But like I said, you always see this creator smiling, laughing, having a good time. Truly dynamic creator. There it is. Drop the coop slots. Yeah, forgive me for not remembering that. I'll get it, I promise you. Drop the Coop Slots is a channel that they've had going for a while, but I didn't know about this. I don't think I did until just the other day. And they're working on their first 100 subscribers. We'd love to get them a little bit farther towards that milestone right now. Yeah, see, they've been doing this for over a year now. So slot gameplay, and I always mix this up in my head with lottery ticket scratching, right? But slot gameplay is something that's also very popular. We've got quite a few channels that come through here that either do it or are dedicated to slot gameplay. Getting into almost 1,000 views on one of these, but well over 5,000 views on another one, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they just did one, literally scratching lottery tickets. So yes, they do go hand in hand, and then we'll see if they're going to bring any more of those. But we've always got notifications on for every channel. I know I say it a million times. Hadgeways, good to see you in the house. That's another creator that's going to bring us travel. And I'll spin the wheel, but I'm going to fill the wheel up now. We're going to do another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'll play another clip from our interview series. Again, these are videos and podcasts listed on the Superchat channel now. Very informative. All of the creators that are featured have been longtime friends of ours here, literally for years, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, what I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to I think it was 82 was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start jump into a conversation like that instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
All right, we're just about back. I see Lisa J. Stocks coming into the house. Thank you for being here. Home Bartending with John is a beloved and dedicated member, and one of our longest standing silver members, as a matter of fact. And so we see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, like we just saw, whether or not he's here, but he's here for just about every stream as well. Travel Off Book is about to be added to the wheel, and I did fill it up with a handful of names a moment ago. So Savannah Mills we're looking at right now, And then Peace and Cues has been added. Andre Southgate along with Foodies Vacations will all be coming up. And then as we need more names for the wheel, I'll add them. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. So Savannah Mills we looked at the other day. And again, forgive me because I have not yet gone through the watch later list that I talked about. I've got this organizing all my bags video yet to watch for your channel, but I'm going to go ahead and subscribe right now. It doesn't really matter. I just typically don't do that while I live stream, but it's fine. And I see you've got a brand new video from yesterday, so I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. What that will allow me to do is get or stay caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that kind of thing. Shorts on this channel have gotten into what looks like, oh goodness, yes, 27,000 on one of them, 194,000, and a 1 million view shorts video. My goodness, that's fantastic. I don't know if I saw that the other day when we looked at your channel. Savannah Mills says that it's a mix of all things girly. They've got quite a bit of information on their about section, or quite a list there, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they were just live a couple of days ago. They said they like going live. It's a lot of fun, which I agree with. Absolutely. For anybody that hasn't done it yet, if you're thinking about it, I hope you'll try and let us know. Duke City Crew, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. And thank you for recognizing the moderators. I promise you these live streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. Savannah Mills has also got lots of video content, a lot of outdoor content, but she brings us indoors to give us a chance to get to know her as well. And I see a few almost like haul videos. So I'm looking forward to getting to know the channel. But like I said, I've still got 2 videos to go through for you, but I'm happy to be subscribed now. Crystal Sparkles in the house. And they're a member, so I'll put them on the wheel, we'll spin, and we'll get another channel ready to go right away.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Let's see if I can find Tim Mitchell by his link to get it quickly, if Tim Mitchell's still in the house. And then I wonder if Just Danielle is still here. We looked at that channel earlier, but you notice that they took over our Stream Boss position. That's the video game life meter under my camera here. Every Super Chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss, and the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. And let's see what we can do about finding Tim Mitchell here. It's such a popular name. But as we search, find, and click on each other's names, the ones that need our, the ones that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. But eventually they should, they should come up easier and rise up the search results. Eventually everybody becomes #1 for their name. Why is YouTube doing this to me? Oh my dear goodness. It wants to respell, unfortunately. We'll give it another minute and see if Tim Mitchell's still here. Izzy Pop, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Actually, I know what to do. We'll look for the cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. And then if Tim Mitchell, they're probably here, but if you're still here, just please say anything at all in the chat so I can grab your link, or if I can ask our moderator, Scratch and PPA might be able to find it. There it is, Tim Mitchell 8784. Thank you. You got the handle. So anybody can use that to find him if you want to, and I'll use it in another moment here. When we look at Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, the reason why I bring this channel up while we're talking about Tim Mitchell is because he produces the videos for Chef CV over here. And this is where this creator is going to bring us into the kitchen to make some delicious looking dishes and meals, but also to give us a bit of a look about how to navigate the kitchen and the appliances and different things we're going to run into when we're in there. And they got this fantastic wheel as well. Why can I never remember what you call the wheel? I can never remember it. They have a special name for the wheel. It makes me laugh, and I can't remember what it is. And then they've got another channel I'll show everybody in a moment. They've got some shorts over here. Chef CV's done well with these, getting into over 600 views on one of them now. And then live streams as well. And they're live frequently, every few days. I haven't caught them in quite a while. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these again soon. And we'll look for Tim Mitchell by their handle, and you see that Tim Mitchell 8784. What I'm going to do is drop the link for this channel though. So that everybody can get to them. And Hugo Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Jesse Journals and Unboxes is here. Savannah Mills, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I would usually put a channel up after that happens, but we just saw that channel. And then, but thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. And Hobbytown Chili and Koi is in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. There it is, the Wheel of Misfortune. I don't know why I couldn't remember that, Tim Mitchell. Something's up with me today. I don't know why. I'm extremely tired for no reason. I'm tired from the week, not from the day or anything. I got this new Monday to Friday gig. We'd like to call it a 9 to 5 or whatever. And it's really not too draining or anything else, but I think it's just taken me some time to get used to. Thank you, Chocolate Drop. That's my excuse for today. Tim Mitchell is working on 200 subscribers right now. This creator's making their own videos as well as shorts as well as live streams, and some of those are doing well because they're taking us on the road, and we find that sometimes dash cam footage does really well, so they're live frequently, as a matter of fact. And again, Tim Mitchell is the producer behind the channel we just saw from Chef CV, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official, and their third channel, the unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel. And we'll see what they got going on over here. This is a complimentary channel where we see more of Chef CV, as a matter of fact, but more in adventure mode. They take us outdoors and bring us different variety in their content. They've got shorts over here as well that have gotten into 1,000 views on one of them, and then live streams on the channel as well. And we're back in the kitchen with Chef CV there, but it's a little bit different over here, so hopefully everybody will connect with them. Pearls Against Humanity, I don't know why I didn't notice that the other day. And CV goes back to jail. My dear goodness, I hope I can catch you live for one of these. I gotta see what on earth you're doing, because they look like fun. And then thank you so much, Savannah Mills. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Together We Travel has been with us literally for years. Thank you for being here again. And then let's think about spinning the wheel, and we'll get to our next channel.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Foodies Vacations is coming up right now. I see them out supporting people all the time. I run into them just about every day. I see they got a few channels actually, but they're working on 800 subscribers over here, bringing us travel and cruising. They've got some fantastic looking thumbnails though. We've seen Icon on the Seas many times, but it's always impressive to take these ship tours. I'm truly amazed by how things have changed over the years. And the food, of course, everybody's going to rave about the food on a cruise. I don't know if the statistic still holds, but a long while ago, they used to say the average person gains a pound a day on a cruise because there's so much food available. And now there's so much more. Some of these ships are just enormous, right? You can be literally cruising with 5,000 people or maybe more. Foodie's Vacations as well has got shorts getting into 2,300, 4,600 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. And I'm going to set the notification for the next one. They've been doing these frequently. I didn't realize they were on just about every day. My schedule changed. I'm not around during the daytimes. I'm in the Eastern time zone now. So pardon me, I was saying I got this Monday to Friday 9 to 5, so I'm expecting to be on a little bit less than I have for the last few months. Still every day, but just not during those Monday to Friday 9 to 5 type hours. And hopefully, though, everybody will connect with Foodie's Vacations. I've caught them for their live streams, but I also see them collaborating with lots of other creators as well, not to mention supporting them in their live streams and everything else. Yeah, going on a cruise is fantastic. I was very lucky. The only reason I've been on one is because I worked on a cruise ship a long time ago in 1996, actually. And it was called the MV Zenith. It was on Celebrity Cruise Lines. But what a life-changing experience for real. And ever since then, I've been recommending to everybody, if you can ever get onto a cruise, I would recommend it. The biggest reason why is because there's stuff to do all the time, right? You still get to go to the beach. You still get to go to, you know, whatever kind of destinations you want. And there's other excursions and lots of amenities and things like that. But it's 24-hour action. And food everywhere you look. You couldn't stop it if you wanted to. I was there for 4 months, but it was something else. Yeah, I would love to do a Tuber Chat cruise. Wouldn't that be something? I don't expect to be able to do anything like that for a while. I don't mean to self-promote, but this bit with the new job that I got not too long ago, it's going well so far. I'm a month in now, right, already. But no vacation time for a year. You know, and I wouldn't do a cruise if I couldn't do week, because I know that, in my opinion, it's not enough, right? 7 days, a lot of people say, is not quite enough. 10 days is probably the sweet spot, and then a couple of weeks, you're, you know, any vacation, you're pretty much looking forward to getting home, I think. But you guys can let me know what you think about that. As a matter of fact, here, let's waste time, and we'll do a poll that has nothing to do with Tuber Chat. We'll do vacation time, and we'll do 5 days, 7 days. We'll do nights. We'll do nights. Here, I'll show you how I'm doing this too. Pardon me. Forget to show this all the time. Do a poll. So we go down here and hit the little plus. We can start a poll. And we'll do vacation time. I'll do ideal vacation. And this is not just for cruising. We'll just make it for all vacations. It's just for fun. But we'll say 4 nights, 7 nights. We'll do 10 nights, even though it should be days, and 2 weeks or more. I just want to know what everybody thinks. I've heard a lot of people say it doesn't make sense, right, when you say it out loud, but I've heard a lot of people say that if you go on vacation for more than 10 days, you start getting like homesick. So I don't know about that, but there you go. And Peace and Cues is up on the screen right now. And they're working on 700 subscribers, so it'll be great to see that. Here's some diamond painting right here. I know we were asking about this. I've been mentioning the idea that we have quite a few diamond painting channels now over the last year that have started to trickle in here, but a lot of other creators doing some diamond painting, even though their channels feature other things or more variety. So I'm looking forward to getting to know this channel. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos. I'm just going to take this diamond painting one. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. And what that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then, yes, Crystal Sparkle, getting that inbox to 0 is probably impossible these days. Mona did what? Good to see you in the house. Jennifer Hayes, good to have you here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So let's look at Peace and Cues for a quick second. They've got some live streams also up to a few months ago. So we'll see if they're going to bring those back. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Home Bartending with John is a silver member here and has been for as long as I can remember. And what that means is that we see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream when we go on breaks or switch the screen like that.
For anybody who haven't already given today.
Pardon me. And then Home Bartending with John brings two different one-of-a-kind channels in the Tuber Chat family. He teaches us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. You can see he's got an incredibly elaborate bar setup here, and he shows us what it takes to keep a bar like that replenished, the tools we're going to need behind the bar as well. What you'll find is that when you find recipes on his channel, he usually gives us a couple of variations as well, 2 or 3 different ways to make different cocktails, and he takes requests on his channel. He's done a couple for me already. Pardon me. Home Bartending with John will also do comparisons between beers, liquors, liqueurs, and then a lot of taste tests and product reviews, which give us a chance to understand whether we might like something before we go spend money on it, like all product reviews. Then this creator as well is going to give us collections of cocktails. They might bring us low-calorie cocktails or non-alcoholic mocktails, for instance. He's got some shorts on the channel. One of them has gotten into 10,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams as well are an idea from the past. We'll see if he's going to keep those up. When I look for the pipe guy, I see another second one-of-a-kind channel from Home Bartending with John. I will drop the link for this one as well. And he is bringing us here industrial pipe lamps and industrial pipe art. He's got a couple of shorts so far and a Star Wars, themed video to get us started with. And hopefully everybody will help get the pipe guy from Home Bartending with John up to the first 100 subscribers. We'd love to push him a little farther along. Obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here for years. John's been with us for what I think is 4 years and well beyond now. And then Tanks and Fish is coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
I wonder if YouTube did something with the algorithm and the search engine, because 3 times today I've looked for channels that didn't come up right away, and I insist that these have come up with no problem in the past. So I could be wrong, but you know what I mean. Tanks and Fish is bringing us, obviously, tanks and fish to go along with them at almost 500 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And when we look at the About section, we see that they're a tropical hobbyist. They enjoy bringing us what they found along the way, and they're from the UK, and then they'll bring us through some tours of some of the stores where they might find some of the things that will eventually end up in the tanks here. When we look at their videos, they got a handful here. They've got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 1,100 and 1,400 views, more of the same. And then live streams on the channel also, and they did one just a couple of days ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. They're doing them not quite weekly, but frequently enough that we should be able to catch one soon if they're going to keep them up. And hopefully everybody, like I said, will help push them towards the 500 subscribers they're thinking about. Take some fishes with us regularly.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Duke City Crew is a channel that's growing rapidly. They're working on 7,800 subscribers, which is great to see. Fairly new in the Tuber Chat family. They've got exclusively shorts here, and a couple of these have done really, really well. So we see a few into hundreds of thousands of views, which is impressive. But then they've got one here. This Guitar Hero one looks like it's going to take over pretty soon as the #1 spot. But they've got 1.1 million, 1.9 million, 1.7 million, which is interesting to see. I know I've seen this one before with the snowplow. Hopefully everybody will connect with Duke City Crew. They've been with us for just about every stream since finding us, and that's only a couple of months ago now. And Crystal Sparkle dropping a super chat. Thank you for the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, as well as their link was dropped a moment ago. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. It's time for me to get a few more names onto the wheel as well, so I'll do that while we go on a break. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from an upcoming episode of our interview series. There's 5 videos on the channel right now. Be Amazing Sylvia is another guest who's been with us from the beginning that is going to be our featured channel for the 6th episode upcoming. I'll try to get it out within a few weeks. I'm unsure when. But let's hear what she has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel.
Okay, what I want to do is inform first and foremost. Anytime you make any type of video, you want to inform. You want to tell people a story. You want to show people a story. And when you show and you tell that story, you want to tell how that story affected you. And you want to tell your results.
Okay.
Because seeing is believing. And people want to see what I'm talking about. See what I'm doing. So that's what I'm going to do. And basically, I'm going to make it into a mini series on all of the products I have tried and how they have affected me. So
wonderful. Yeah, that's going to be something else to look forward to, especially knowing that you're starting something new now with the experience that you've got. So this is a perfect opportunity for me then to bring you back to the beginning and say, what kind of change have you seen in yourself, in your channel, in your community and audience based on all the things you've done up to now?
When I first started, I was such a green thumb. I didn't know what I was doing. I was all over the place. I promise you, just making videos, rambling, and I look back at one of my first videos and was like, what in the world? You know, it was all kinds of bloopers and everything. And I wanted to be such a perfectionist at the beginning. But as I have walked on this journey, I realized people don't want perfectionists. People want real.
Yes.
So when I make a mistake in a video, I cannot leave it in there. I'll be like, oh, well, I didn't mean to do that, but y'all already know I got an old lady brain. Now, a lot of people who follow me realize that. They was like, Sylvia forgetting a heartbeat. Not Will, because I'm so busy. And I said, y'all already know I got an old lady brain, so we're going to keep that right in there because what you see is what you get when you visit me. So I've learned that's how I changed. I learned how to just roll with the flow, be genuine, be real, be factual.
Yes.
And I'm not afraid to try new things. I try new stuff all the time. Sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes it's a rock and roll. I did a short about 3 months ago. I think it's at 60,000 views right now.
Oh, goodness.
And I tried another one, that same genre, and it didn't work. That's all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay with it because I think that it's a niche for me, but I just got to work a little harder at it.
Right.
So
yes.
don't be afraid to work hard. And if you get one no, people, remember, the next one will be a yes.
There you go. Yes.
All right, we're just about back, and I just closed the poll out there, and I wondered about vacation time. So a lot of people are saying, yeah, 7 nights or 2 weeks or more. I'm surprised how many people said that. But it's interesting to see. Yeah, 7 nights got more votes than 10 nights, which is interesting, right? If you think about it, you would think vacation means I want to be there as long as possible, but maybe not always the case. James Money 615, another friend who's been with us from the beginning, and I've got quite a few names on the wheel now. Travel Off Book has been on there for a while with Izzy Pop. Andre Southgate was added a while ago, but the Debbie Way Gaming, Fuzzy Adventures and More, and Red Hot Entertainments have all been added. And then I see just Jason Keto in the house. I don't know if you're back or still here, but I'll put your name back on the wheel as soon as you would like. We still got an hour and a half to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. We're moving faster today than we usually do. Crystal Sparkle dropped a super chat earlier, and she's done that kind of thing countless times before. And I really do appreciate the extra generous support, although absolutely unnecessary, of course. In the background, I was looking up popular My Little Pony names, and this list comes up, right? You can click the list. Now, I can't remember when the first round, when I was a kid, my sister and I, she had My Little Pony, so we would play, like, and I would want to go after them with my G.I. Joes and Transformers and stuff. We would try to play. I can't remember if Twilight Sparkle is a name that I remember or not. Fluttershy, 100% for sure, because I remember the next round of when the whole brony idea was popular, and Fluttershy was one of the most popular ponies. You can tell me whatever you think about the fact that I happen to know this stuff and I'm fascinated by it. But Crystal Sparkle brings an interesting channel because they bring us to a lot of conventions where we're going to find a lot of cosplay, and it seems to be all but completely My Little Pony focused, and you see this when you go through a lot of the thumbnails here. So they've got quite a bit of interesting aspects to these conventions, including like musical after parties, performances, panels with different speakers, and I'm assuming celebrities. And you can see they usually are having a good time. Sometimes they bring us into their house, but most often the things that they got going on are these conventions. I don't know why I keep forgetting about the Vlogmas series. I wonder if this is what inspired this. Now, I remember Crystal Sparkle was very excited about the idea that Vlogmas was coming and wanting to see everybody's content. I wonder if that's what inspired Canadian Family Life and a few other people to get into vlogs. Thank you, Mona Did What. When we look at Crystal Sparkle, we also see some shorts that have been cut from a lot of this content, getting into 3,300, 18,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. There's a cruise ship right there. And then live streams on the channel as well. And I've been lucky enough to catch them a few times. If you haven't seen what they do in Wisconsin for New Year's, this one's only 14 minutes, not even 15 minutes. It's worth a watch for sure. And Crystal Sparkle's working on 1,500 subscribers now, getting really, really close. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Like I said, she's done that kind of thing countless times before. So obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter.
For anybody that's brand new in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Next up is Fuzzy Adventures and More. This is actually the second channel from the creator we know as New Horizons Above and Beyond. They've changed up their program a few times now, even with the channel names, but this one here's over 100 subscribers at 115 right now. I see they got a new video. It's very short, but I'm going to put this into my catch-up list so that I can stay caught up with the channel. A couple of shorts videos here, and then when we look at their original New Horizons Above and Beyond, we see more variety over here. There are over 1,500 subscribers, which is great to see. A lot of outdoor content on this channel, and then they've got shorts over here as well, mostly outdoors. They've gotten into 1,700 and even 2,100 views on these, and then live streams. So they've started as an experiment. We'll see if they're going to keep those going and bring us some more live streams. And then it should be Michael's Adventures. Yeah, I think I set it up before we started today. Did R&B Roaming come in? There they are. Yes, they happen to be a member. I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. And then let's spin. We'll see who's coming up next.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And up on the screen is the Debbie-est Debbie that you ever did see. And Paranormal Poet, good to see you in the house. We'll get them onto the wheel right now. The Debbie Way Gaming is going to bring us different types of gameplay. And they've actually mixed up their banner, I think, since the last time I looked at this channel. They're working on 1,800 subscribers and monetized, which is great to see. Lots of ways to support them then, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Videos on the channel, they're posting fairly frequently, at least once a week. I'm just going to grab the latest video and I'll put this in my catch-up list. And then shorts on the channel, these seem to have done really, really well, getting into 21,000, 32,000 views, my dear goodness. And then live streams on the channel as well, where they're playing what I'm assuming are very popular titles, although they're introducing me to games that I'm not already familiar with in a lot of these. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Debbie Way Gaming. Like I said, the Debbie-est of the Debbies is here. And we'd love to push them towards that 1,800 subscribers we know that they're thinking about right now. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose it. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So there's a couple channels here called Travel Off Book, but this is ours, the one we're looking for. They've got 1,000 subscribers right now, as a matter of fact, which is great to see. Now, I don't subscribe or watch videos while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of their videos. I'll take the longest one here at 5 minutes. I'm going to put that in my watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well. I think they do because they've been here many times before. But hopefully they won't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then we'll see if they're going to bring us live streams. They've got one set up, but I wonder if that's a placeholder that they'll move when they're ready to go. PK Adventure Travels, good to see you in the house. You'll notice my camera, I've got a little bit of a problem here at the bottom, because I moved the camera. It actually fell today, so it was time to give the alien tape a try. So alien tape is on the case right now. I probably have to move it though because I pushed it too far back, I think. Pardon me for a second here while I destroy my camera angle. And then, you know, I got a green screen in the background here. But we'll see. So if the whole Tuber Chat channel falls apart, we know who to blame. PK Adventure Travels decided that alien tape was going to be our go-to, and I've got it in 2 different places now. So we'll see what happens. We're watching closely. And then R&B roaming is coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
It's almost time for me to get some more names on the wheel, so I'll do that soon also. Cruise Nuts, good to see you here. I know that R&B Roaming is talking about the idea of swapping playlists. So basically it's a simple arrangement where we just agree to run an entire playlist of each other's videos. You can imagine that if you can get dozens of people running an entire playlist of yours, maybe even hundreds of people eventually, your watch hours are really going to grow. But the reason why we push it so much is there's a few different aspects to it, but as you trade favors with people and make friendships, or, you know, give friendships the possibility of flourishing, let's say, then you know that you're going to favor your friends and they're likely going to favor you in return. So they'll be there for the bulk of what you're going to come up with in the years to come, literally. That's how your watch hours start to grow exponentially. And then it's really easy to do. You can do it when you work, when you sleep, when you eat, when you go out. You can do it on another device or in another window on your computer and things like that, because we're only obligated to run the playlist, not necessarily sit and watch every single second of every single video. Although every comment or thumbs up, of course, is going to be appreciated and always helps. And then R&B Roaming is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they've been with us several times before. And I'm just putting a couple of names on the wheel before I talk about the content here. Ashley Dale Kelly is on the wheel with Blessed to Crochet. When we look at what R&B Roaming is doing on their channel, they give us some information on their About section. It's Bonnie as the creator behind the channel. They don't know where we're going, but somehow we're going to get there is basically the idea. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 9,500, even 11,000 on one of these, which is great to see. Lots of outdoor content here, obviously, and then live streams on the channel as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these soon. It's been a few days. I caught them once before. And R&B Roman is here with us for just about every stream lately as well, which is great to see, and I appreciate it for sure. Getting into almost 1,600 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit closer to that milestone as well.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Izzy Pop is coming up. What were you saying that was spinning in the chat? Have you got one of those things going on where your head is spinning, like a headache or a migraine or something like that? Let's see what we've got for Izzy Pop. Why doesn't it want to come up in the search results here? Oh, it's Izzy Poppers. There it is. Yeah. Izzy Poppers. I'm going to drop their link so it's easier for everybody to find. Although searching, finding, and clicking on each other's channels really helps. But this is just if you can't find them, really. They're working on 1,800 subscribers. Izzy Pop has long been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. When we look at their channel, we know they've always been known for these elaborate banners, avatars, thumbnails, and other graphics. Not to mention their video content, including animations and a lot of interesting music a lot of the time. I'm just going to grab the latest video. This one's lengthy, but I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give you a few watch minutes. We want to keep those up, even though we're on the, even though we are, pardon me, I lost my complete train of thought right in the middle of a sentence. I think I'm more tired than I think I am, actually, if that makes any sense. I'm going to take your latest video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That will help me keep up with the channel, keep caught up or get caught up, pardon me. And then Izzy Pop, I don't know what on earth I'm thinking. I'm asking you what on earth is spinning. The wheel is spinning, of course, the Wheel of Doom. Unlike the Wheel of Misfortune that comes from Tim Mitchell and Chef Seavey, we've got the Wheel of Doom here, and that was named by Mr. Naz like 4.5 years ago, and we just keep the name for fun. But yes, spinning and spinning and spinning. Izzy Pop has got shorts on the channel as well, and we see more of the elaborate artwork here. They're going to help us when it comes to digital design. When we read from their About section, they're going to talk to us about eye-catching avatars, sleek banners, epic intros and outros. I can't remember how many banners they said they've done for people, but it's quite a bit, actually, so helping other fellow YouTubers. And then live streams on the channel as well. One of the things I haven't been talking about lately, but we mention it once in a while, is the idea that most of us, if not all of us, are thinking about monetization, and that doesn't always just come down to the traditional things we see on YouTube, like super chats, memberships, and AdSense money. We also notice that they've added merchandise. There's affiliate programs that can help, but one of the things we don't talk about often enough is the idea that most of us are not going to enjoy every single thing we have to do on our channels. It's a lot of work. I'm sure we all agree it's more work than we thought it would be before we start. But the idea is that if there are things that you really enjoy doing, chances are there are people out there who don't enjoy doing some of that. You can trade favors with them, or possibly even make money by charging. There's a lot of services out there like Fiverr and Upwork and everything like that, but you can make simple deals with people. For many years when I started on YouTube, I was running channels for other people, and if you think about that, that eventually became half of a full-time job. When you think about how much money that must have been, I promise you I don't have any more money than anybody else, but in the meantime, it's probably more money per week or per month than most people were thinking about even having from their channels. So there's lots of ways to monetize, either the channel itself or the businesses we run behind them, for those of us who do that kind of thing. But these are things that can be done. There are people who will gladly pay to have thumbnails done, gladly pay to have videos edited, gladly pay to have their channels looked over and do things like banners and everything else. So these are just ideas, but friendships flourish from trading favors as well. So you might be able to get that done. But these are just ideas. So hopefully everybody will join Izzy Pop. I always have a good time when I'm over there, especially in the live streams. Conversation can go anywhere once they get started, but you can see they're usually on for a few hours at a time. A mix of conversation, interesting music, and a vibrant community. And then it's time for us to take another break. So we'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back. We'll look at Paranormal Poet. Right before we do that break, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. And this one comes to us from Alaska. When we talk about your channel and what you bring on YouTube, you're very forthcoming, you and Sarah, both, about the idea that you want to share your life with everybody, which you do. Now, from what we've known each other quite some time now, I think it's getting on a couple of years. Forgive me if it's not longer than that, Rob. But what I see is authenticity in your true willingness to share. My imagination tells me that the magic on your channel is that people who are thinking the way that you do find your content and it just clicks with them because they're like, yes, exactly. And that introduction video that you've got featured on the front page today is a perfect example. But I really want to know what you think, because I can have my impression looking through a screen at your content, but where do you think the magic comes in your channel?
We try to keep it as simple as possible. If you see some of our earlier videos, we had an intro, and we noticed we call it a hockey stick effect.
Okay.
Where the videos go like this and they flatline.
Yeah.
So we actually did away with any intros. I might talk for a couple seconds, but then it goes right into the video. And I think that's part of what's been helping, because I started right around the time that the channel really took off. And it seems to help a lot. Trying to add fluff, I don't want to do that. I want to see what's going on. You know, occasionally I might throw in a nice photo or a quick clip, but I don't focus. I want people to see exactly how we're doing it, how we're living, what we're doing, and how we're doing it. Because if I add fluff, you know, to me it's kind of taking it away.
Yes.
You know, I want to see, you know, the authenticity of what we're doing here, and not try to either over dramatize it or over simplify it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing simple about being out here.
It doesn't seem like it, no.
And to dramatize it is just silly.
Yeah.
Because it's not real drama. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know, I want it to be real. I want it to be how Sarah and I are. And how you see us interact in our videos is how we interact together and off camera.
It seems that way. It really does. I think you both have, you know, we use the word charisma. It's not quite the right word, but you know what I mean.
And I think people can get your authenticity. When you talk about the idea of intros, that's a great tip. I know a lot of our friends won't like to hear it, but when you take the intros out of your videos or cut them very, very short, videos might do better. I've had the same success myself. Everything doubled, tripled, and quadrupled the second I took them off. All right, we're almost back. My Stream Deck is not working properly right now. For no reason at all. The buttons are not lighting up the way they're supposed to. But good to see everybody in the house. Hopefully everybody's having a good time meeting each other. The Debbie Way Gaming, thank you very much. When we look at the screen, we've got Paranormal Poet up here. I've still got quite a few names on the wheel. Greenland Quilter Katie was actually live earlier around the same time. We went here an hour earlier than we usually do lately. And that's just because my schedule has changed. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get these done at this time, but it looks like we might be lucky and might be able to. And then Greenland Quilter Katie is on the wheel. Timmy the Racing channel and Jesse Journals and Unboxes were both added, and we'll get to as many channels as we can in the next hour or so. And then pardon me, when we look at what Paranormal Poet is doing, they have an interesting voice. We'd be surprised to know that they're not a professional voice artist, actually, but an interesting narrator. And they've actually started collaborating with other creators as well. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos because I can see I'm behind here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to get or stay caught up with the channel. And then when we look at premieres, they've got one set up. We always set notifications for everything we see, like premieres and live streams, even though the notification bell is on for every single channel. When we look at shorts, we're going to see that Paranormal Poet has gotten into almost 400 views and on the way towards 500 on a couple of these. And then live streams frequently. They got some members only content because they're monetized, but they are live frequently, usually a couple times a week. I've caught them many times before. They're working on 4,000 subscribers, are almost at 3,900 right now. We'd love to push them a little bit closer towards that milestone. Blessed to Crochet has an interesting question. I'd be interested to know what everybody has to say. If you had to pick one biggest lesson you've learned from your time on YouTube, it might be hard for me to pick personally without putting a little bit of thought into it, but one of the things I can tell you is that exclusion is one of the biggest things. We use the word inclusion when we're talking about it, but exclusion, the idea of making somebody feel like they're not as much a part of what you're doing as they thought that they were, is a big problem, and I've been guilty of it more than once, inadvertently. Like, certainly, you know, I wish everybody would feel, you know, that we're all doing something together. You'll notice that when I talk about Tuber Chat, I don't say my channel. I talk about us and we, when we started this, when we do this, you know, and things like that. This is our community. That's what it was built for. I have my own channel where I do my own thing, but this is meant for all of us. And really, Tuber Chat was just meant as an engine that would help all of us start as many channels as we want and make them go fast. That's really all this is, right? And the idea is friendships behind the channel, but that was the magic that made it all work. And when we think about that, though, I have caught myself accidentally making people feel excluded. And the only reason why I know that, usually people won't say so. I've had a couple people reach out if I've said something, you know, that I wasn't thinking about or whatever. Not too terrible or anything like that. But I remember in the early days of Tuber Chat, we had a few people who were extremely supportive, extremely loyal. And we can't expect everybody to be here for 5 years, like not just here, but on any of our channels and things like that. People come and go, lives change, phases change, and everything else. But there was at least one person that I remember so vividly that was with us in the beginning. They were included in a special video that was made by Kristen Welton to give me like kind of a happy birthday message one year, and then I did the same thing for her, but I didn't ask all the same people to do the same video, and I think one of them felt very excluded for that reason. And it's heartbreaking because you think to yourself, and I promise you, we all feel a similar way about our channels. We're lucky to have people that even hang out at all and visit our videos, hang out in our live streams and everything else. And we hope that people feel like they're truly a part of our channels and our communities, and maybe something even bigger when we put it that way. But unfortunately, we can easily accidentally do things to make people say like, well, I guess I really wasn't as important to you as you said I was all this time, or, you know, tell everybody that they are. And it's unfortunate. So I try to remember that when I speak. I try to let everybody, you know, feel like they're a part of this community, all as much as each other. I know sometimes I call out some of the creators that we see all the time, especially moderators here and this and that, but I promise you there's a lot of special stories about a lot of special friends. So forgive me, I didn't mean to get into such a speech about it, but when we talk about some of the biggest lessons, what I wish everybody would take away from what we're doing here is the idea that it really is true that when we give much more to others than we expect to receive for ourselves, we end up getting all the things that we wanted within reason. You know what I mean? We're not going to, win the lottery and get $70 million just because we're making YouTube videos. I don't think that can happen. But you know what I mean? When it comes to support for your channel and people taking interest in your videos, I would bet that everybody here has felt like, wow, I can't believe some of the comments that I've gotten are messages from people where they really do enjoy what I'm doing, even more than I thought that they would. So that's just an idea. And forgive me, because I'll have to go back and read what a few people have said. I'm actually going to make a note. If you didn't already know, Nightbot has the ability to keep logs of your chat conversations. So what happens is everything that everybody says in your premieres and live streams can be saved for 7 days, and then you can go back and see. So if you had a conversation like this and missed a lot of what everybody was saying, you could go back and find it. So these are just ideas. And yeah, PK Adventure Travel, something's going on today. It could be my internet. Something's like really fishy with my whole computer thing here. Maybe somebody's trying to hack into my minuscule amount of crypto or something. Who knows? But we'll hold it together for another hour. I'm sure we'll be fine. We've replaced our modem I don't know how many times over the years. And it should be the best you can get for our area. Of course, I'm in Niagara Falls, not Toronto, so there's a bit of a difference there. Blessed to Crochet is up on the screen right now, and what we're going to get here is the idea of connection, the idea of connecting with other people more so than just our channels, and some creativity as well. They mentioned the idea of crochet. There's some spiritual inspiration on the channel as well. You get into that when you get into the videos. I'm just going to grab the latest one. They just put this one out, actually. And they've got, dozens and dozens and dozens, literally getting into, wow, I didn't realize it was over 1,000, over 1,200 videos altogether on the channel. And monetize, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They're almost at 1,700 subscribers. And then we look at shorts on the channel, and we see that they have gotten into 10,000 views on a couple of these. And then they've got some creativity and a lot of variety throughout. They've got lots of live streams happening, including a happy birthday, and that is coming up in just a few days. So we'll be looking forward to that. I've already got my notification on, of course, even though we've got the notification bell on for every channel. So we'll spin the wheel. Hopefully everybody will connect with Blessed to Crochet. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead is coming in, and we're going to look at Ashley Dale Kelly right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Tell you another lesson that I think can be helpful to a lot of people on YouTube, including myself, is to remember the simple idea of if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all, because I have brought myself trolls because I think I'm hilarious. I really do. And I forget that the world doesn't appreciate sarcasm as much as I do. So I have said things that I thought were funny, but did not realize that, they're not necessarily funny to everybody. So I brought a couple of trolls, like lifelong trolls. They never let it go. And, but it's my fault for starting. You know what I mean? Just because you get confident, you get complacent, and you start to feel like you can get away with saying just about anything, and maybe don't remember, like, hey, wait a second, we're all like, you know, talking about each other's feelings, emotions, and all these different things. You know, we should be just as careful here as we are anywhere else, let's just say. So that's another lesson learned. And then, yeah, Blister Crochet. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. We're going to look at their channel next because of it. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. Oh goodness, Just Jason Keto, is that from, I wonder if there's, I wonder if there's a change. I noticed today is very different here in Tuber Chat. We haven't had any trouble with trolling yet, knock on wood, of course, but that's largely attributed to the 20-minute time limit that I put on, because when trolls come around and they realize, you know, they say one ridiculous thing and then they got to wait 20 minutes to say another ridiculous thing, nobody has the patience for that, so then they just take off, and, you know, it can be helpful. And then, yeah, comments can be terrible. We call it keyboard warriors and all these other things. And I promise you, I've had my share. I got it bad in the first year of Tuber Chat. But what I have found is the worst of the worst when it comes to trolls dissipates after a couple of weeks. It can feel like an eternity. It gets really, really harsh. It can even make you question yourself. I had somebody calling me a scam artist for a long time, having memberships on the channel and this and that, and I promise you, I actually considered, like, I wonder if I should remove all the memberships from my channel because I don't want to be a scam artist. Then I realized, of course, I'm not a scam artist. What am I talking about? And then it just passed. But what you also learn after you've been on YouTube for a couple of years is you start to see the same behavior over and over again. It's like the exact same things in the exact same way said about different people from different channels, and you're like, wait a second, oh, this is a type of person. I understand what I'm dealing with now, and that doesn't bother you anymore. But it can be harsh. Greenland Quilter Katie, good to see you in the house always. Like I said, they were live earlier, and I appreciate the super chat. I know you've been here for a while today. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at our Georgia Suburban Homestead next, and then we'll get to Greenland Quilter Katie. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we don't have more time to talk here. You know, I have to fly through every story as fast as I can, even though sometimes I drag them on. But you know what I mean? We just don't get into as much detail. I promise you, I could go on about 3 hours of every single issue that's ever come up, good and bad. But we can absolutely learn a lot from each other. And then Ashley Dale Kelly is up on the screen right now, and this is a creator I'm still getting to know. They just started coming into the Tuber Chat channel a few weeks ago, but they're 330 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 400. We know they must be thinking about a lot of music on this channel, as we can see, covers, original songs, and then a little bit of variety as possible. We'll get into shorts on this channel and see that these do bring actually a bit more music, but variety mixed in at 1,600 and 1,700, which is great to see. And Ashley Dale Kelly, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then, Just Jason Keto. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that's an algorithm switch, or if that's just coincidence, or maybe because another video is drawing in traffic for you. That YouTube's pushing out a few other things, some of the evergreen stuff. I'm just grasping at straws, but you know what I mean. I'm going to put Just Jason Keto back on the wheel now. And our Georgia Suburban Homestead will be coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
One of the funniest things on YouTube, though, is to go back and look at some of the mistakes you've made. So I'll tell you very quickly a ridiculous story here that's absolutely true. You might be able to tell I'm a little bit tired today. I don't mean to be. I'm trying to, keep it up and everything, but I must be just a little bit tired. but I have bad allergies, right? And they affect me all the time. My eyes water, I sneeze all the time and everything else, but I've had it my whole life. I'm allergic literally to everything. So one day here in Tuber Chat, right before we started, I took an allergy pill, but I didn't look at the fact that it's not the one that's not drowsy. So within about a half an hour, I was like in the breaks. I was going like this. I was like, oh my gosh, why am I so tired? I don't understand. Because everything affects me as well. And that was a day. My eyes were watering and driving me crazy. I barely held it together. But that's a while back. Henry Leslie, Vermont, is still in the house. And then Fuzzy Adventures and More. Oh, yeah, when we look at things like Facebook, the best advice I can give everybody when it comes to these other social platforms, including YouTube, is we got to do two-factor authentication. You have to verify with phone numbers, and you have to be really meticulous about this stuff. I know I'm not doing a good description of, a good job describing what we need to do, but we have to do all of the steps that they give us for security. Every social network is going to have some page or area that gives you the chance to do security settings. Just do everything is basically the idea. It could be a headache, but after you've done it a couple times, you'll be used to it on a couple of different channels, but it stops all this hacking and people getting their accounts taken over. Because I promise you, it happens to me too. LinkedIn gives you the IP address from where somebody is, so it tells you somebody from a certain city is trying to get into your LinkedIn account. And I've changed my Hotmail password like 6 times this year, and that's not an exaggeration, because I keep getting these notifications that like, oh, you're trying to log in. No, I'm not trying to log in, and I'm not in another country, and this and that, and you know what I mean. So we have to be careful with these things. All of us probably know somebody who's had a Facebook or an Instagram account hacked. And you would think after all these years they'd take care of it. But, it's just something to keep us talking about it, let's just say. Forgive me for anything I missed in the chat. And then Katie's Kitchen is in the house, so I've got them on the wheel. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead dropped a super chat. Again, they've done that kind of thing countless times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They're going to bring us a lot of outdoor content. Sometimes they bring us into their home as well. But our Georgia Suburban Homestead wants to inspire us to grow our own food with homesteading style activities, even if we live in a residential neighborhood. Other creators have also come into the Tuber Chat family to inspire us with the idea that it doesn't matter how much space we have. We don't have to have 116 acres. You don't even have to have a quarter acre. You can do some of the homesteading ideas and grow some of our own herbs and tomatoes and other things, even in an apartment, and things like that. And our Georgia Suburban Homestead gets right into that on their About section. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. Pardon me, that's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. We've gotten into 5,900 views on one of these shorts videos, but one over 10,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well, and they often have StreamYard panels. So they do these sporadically, but as well they've got a second channel, and it's called I Died NDE. It stands for Near-Death Experiences. And this creator is not just sharing their own stories here. They actually want to collaborate with other people and hear stories from other people about near-death experiences. So they've got quite a few videos here to get us started. They've got 60 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. And then shorts are a possibility for the future. And then they've got live streams as well. And we'll see if they're going to bring those back. I'm sure they will when they got a guest to share a story. And there you go. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Blester Crochet, especially the work you put into things, and it's like horrifying to think of what somebody might be doing with your name and everything. And then Michael's Adventures, that happens often with the two-factor authentication. it can be frustrating to have to go through that constantly, you know, like picking up your phone and going to your email and where's the text message and every other thing. But it's so much better than losing an account or having it taken over. It's too much with people with the Facebook accounts, Instagram as well. But Facebook, like, I can't even describe, it's got to be dozens by now of people that have had these things hacked. And it's not that it's anybody's fault. It's the hackers that are doing it. It's these people who are, like, I don't know, wasting their life, in my opinion, going after people's Facebook accounts. If it's, you know, somebody's life ambition to take over my Facebook account, I just can't imagine how horrible life has been to have you want to do that. That can't be the answer to life. It just can't. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm just trying to be funny about it, but you know what I'm saying, I'm sure. Greenland Quilter Katie is up on the screen right now. We'll talk about their content in a second.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And oh, Paralife TV looking for movie recommendations. Yeah, I do that sometimes with what's it called, ChatGPT, where I say, like, remind me movies I might like to fall asleep to. And the more you talk to these AI systems, the more they get to know your taste and style and things like that, right? If you can be descriptive, then it helps. But I got, like, this collection of slow-paced movies that I fall asleep to. Usually space stuff because it's dark on the screen, like Gravity. And I was watching Passengers, but I really don't like the negative aspects of that movie. Contact is one I haven't seen in like decades, and I watched that the other day to fall asleep to. Anything slow-paced and things like that. But I think Paralife TV is actually looking for a movie that's not going to put them to sleep, but everybody's free to mention those. And then Katie's Kitchen, what do I want to do when I grow up? I don't know if you're talking to me or everybody in the chat, but I'll let you know when I get there. When we look at Greenland Quilter Katie, we see a creator who, first of all, was live not too long ago. We crashed right into them today. But they're live frequently, actually. I've got a notification on now for another one they're going to do actually tomorrow by the look of it. So it looks like, they were doing something different and interesting here, talking about quilting. Is that right? We're sewing, but I wonder if it's quilting in that one. It looks like it, because all the different squares possibly being put together. Now, this creator does a lot of live streaming, and they got panels full of friends that come to join them. But they also give us a beautiful look around Greenland. When we go through the shorts, we see all kinds of different outdoor content here, including winter weather, which I seem to love to talk about, getting into 3,100 views and beyond, and then videos on the channel as well. So they have a podcast series that they continue with. Over Christmas, they did some shopping videos that were a little bit different for this creator. They've given us beautiful water views of mountains, icebergs, glaciers, a look around Greenland. And then, of course, there's going to be lots of quilting here. So hopefully everybody will connect with Greenland Quilter Katie, working on 4,200 subscribers now, and monetize. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I used to like watching all the mob movies, but they're making them so slowly now, or not at all. And that used to be a joke, where one of my friend's wives would come in the room and she'd be like, "What are you guys doing?" We're like, "Oh, we're watching Goodfellas." And she'd go, "Again?" We're like, "No, but this is the director's cut. This one's like 3.5 hours." It's kind of unbelievable. I've watched the same stuff over and over and over again. And then Rushing Wind Mountain is in the house. So spoiler alert, it took me until today to watch Pete's last video, but Ruby will be happy to see that. That's the creator behind Rushing Wind Mountain. If you Rushing Wind Mountain is probably always there. You probably saw it while it was happening, but of course I'm referencing Rushing Wind Mountain. Jory's Game Bites, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Oh, Lilo and Stitch movie. Says Canadian Family Life. I wonder if they're gonna make another Star Wars, like, ever. Like, Disney, didn't they pay like billions of dollars or something for Star Wars? Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time.
So I hope everybody will connect with Timmy the Racing channel. I'm actually going to link to this channel because this creator had to restart the other day. They said somebody got into their original channel and now had to start over. But we'll drop this link and then everybody can connect with them easily because they just got 3 subscribers right now. Pardon me, I think I was the first one actually. It came up recommended the other day. Oh yeah, I saw that today. PK Adventure Travels. I saw I don't know if it was on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or whatever, but yeah, some of the actors that were originally in Spaceballs, which is like literally from when I was a kid, so it's like 100 years ago. But some of those actors are coming back for the sequel. It'll be interesting to see. Rick Moranis, right, is one of the actors. And then I didn't realize it was going to take that long for them to get it out, but I guess it makes sense. And then, pardon me, when we look at Timmy the Racing channel, this creator is going to bring us a lot of speed, obviously, from the racetrack. And then you see they're just mentioning this is their new channel. And, yeah, a few different messages coming through there. But they've got a bit of information on their About section, some positive spiritual inspiration, and they've already got a short up to 1,300 views, so that's great to see. I'm assuming some of these, Timmy the Racing channel, are these the same ones that were on the other channel? I'm just curious, but yeah, it's great that you kept that if you can. One of the things we don't talk about enough is oh, pardon me, backing up our content. Mel Brooks, yes, PK Adventure Travels, 98 years old, my dear goodness. And then supposed to be another Power Rangers movie. That'll be interesting. That I never saw, but just Jason Keto's coming up right now. We'll see what he's got going on.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
It is Chaffle time, Katie's Kitchen, it is. Yeah, Mel Brooks is actually a legend, absolutely. I didn't realize he was 98, but it does make sense. Just Jason Keto up on the screen is a creator that's going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, especially when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator and a member, and he's a fellow Canadian. I've actually met up with him a few times in real life. When we look at his channel, we see a lot of recipes. He's known for these chaffles, but he does a lot more on his channel. He also does a lot of product reviews. In between those, he can give us an insight as to how the ingredients are going to affect us. Once in a while, he'll do a review of either things like Dash Minis or barbecue or something that's going to help us with our cooking needs like an air fryer, or he might unbox a GoPro or take us on an adventure if he's traveling to Niagara Falls or somewhere in the United States. He's got a lot of guests on his channel as well, and they join him both for videos and for live streams. They share their life experiences, their tips and tricks and trials and tribulations and everything else. And Just Jason Keto and more, I keep saying he used to call it Just Jason Keto and More, so pardon me. Just Jason Keto has also got a bit of a hint for us here when we look at healthy looking shorts, cooking videos, or grilling shorts. Pizza looking burgers here, my dear goodness. And then these have gotten into 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 views. I've seen this one, the most popular, at 22,000, and I promise you that one's entertaining and worth a watch. When we look at live streams, we know he's live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. We know PK Adventure Travels is also live every Thursday at 7. I was lucky to catch them yesterday. Just Jason Keto sometimes is by himself. Always with a vibrant community in the chat, though, or sometimes he has guests on his live streams. We see a few returning friends, and then once in a while he tries to do something a little bit different. He was just saying today maybe it's time for another homestead hangout, and he's also got occasional ideas for different types of content like cook-along live streams. He's got a multicam setup with the Instant Pot there, bacon wrap, cheese stuffed. Anything would sound good, but meatloaf chaffle sandwich sounds delicious, and we can expect more of that from him. So he's already got next week's live stream ready to go. We can set the notification for that, and Just Jason Keto is getting involved in a lot of collaborations as well, which is great to see. Collaborating is a great way to grow your channel rapidly. And then, what we're going to do right now, let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. And then another sponsored review is in the works, which is great to see. And Jesse Journals and Unboxing is the next channel we're going to look at. So we'll go for a break for 3.5 minutes again. I'll play one more clip from our interview series. And this is a couple, or pardon me, no, it's not. Yes, a couple of creators. They actually were in Ireland. They moved to Australia. Danielle and James were the first channel that I remember thinking about that had broken off into a second shorts channel. In the interview, they share what they think about that. But ultimately, they're going to help us understand how to get 10,000 subscribers on YouTube.
You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have gone off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well. So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together, so we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that do go up, and probably after a week they performed the way they done, were pushed to the back. But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check our analytics regularly. It does help. and there is a research tab as well. So check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even like scrolling up and down and like how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, like, you know, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not like go with YouTube's policies. Like, we have a lot of fun with like pranking each other and stuff like that. Like, what we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or like pranks wise, that like skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do like, say, like a trend meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes we not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that like shorts really help us have like, you know, them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
Just about back, and we're looking at Jesse Journals and Unboxes, and this is another creator who's been with us from the beginning, just about 5 years, if you can believe that. The interesting thing about Jesse Journals and Unboxes, the creator behind this channel, her support for us has increased over the years, and that's a tough trick, because as we follow more and more creators it becomes harder and harder to support everybody as much as we all might like. So Jesse Journals and Unboxes is here with us for just about every Tuber Chat stream. I don't expect everybody to be here that much or anything like that, but I do like to recognize it from time to time. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, she's literally been known to unbox just about anything that can be unboxed. She used to get into a lot of subscription services. She keeps those going today at times. She also does some haul videos. And it could be anything from bath and beauty products to jewelry to snacks to stationery to crafting and journaling supplies. And then she often shows us the things she makes when it is things like crafting supplies. She does a lot of collaborating with other creators on things like collages and journals and things like that. She posts every week, usually on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And she's been at this literally for years. So you can see she's got over 500 videos, pardon me, altogether on the channel, with a few shorts and live streams as well. Shorts on this channel feature a lot of the things that Jesse finds in the unboxing videos. So you got snacks here, jewelry here, bath and beauty products throughout, the stationery and crafting supplies you'll find here, and then live streams on the channel as well. So she goes live occasionally, but Jessie is so supportive to other creators. She's one of those creators that can go live whenever she wants, and will have a flood of support coming back into the chat. So it can be very fast-paced, high energy, and she'll allow and encourage people to connect with each other when we're over there as well. She's working on 2,500 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. We know she's monetized lots of ways to support her, including super thanks, super stickers, and super chats. And then we're going to get to Rushing Wind Mountain.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then if for anybody that's listening or watching that hasn't been seen yet, just say anything at all in the chat. We'll get through as many channels as we can in the next 15 minutes or so. I just put Vintage Style by Joe on the wheel. What we're looking at is Rushing Wind Mountain from the Pacific Northwest, another creator who's been with us for just about 5 years, close to it. And Rushing Wind Mountain is going to bring us nature and wildlife videos. They could be anywhere from a minute to literally 12 hours long. And they talk about nature and ASMR videos. The reason why we use that term is because it's pretty much in the same ballpark when we think about pleasing audio and pleasing visuals. They experiment a lot, whether it's with horizontal or vertical content, landscape or portrait, both in videos and live streams. You get an idea digging through the thumbnails of some of the beautiful views they're going to give us. I'm going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list right now. But they've also got shorts over here, and we can find some humorous moments when we start digging through the shorts, getting into 11,000, 13,000, 16,000 views. And then we'll look at live streams and see that Rushing Wind Mountain has also experimented here as well with all the vertical and horizontal ideas. Live streams can go anywhere from a half an hour up to 12 hours long. You get an idea of the pleasing audio and visuals that they're bringing us when I look down at their thumbnails, and then possibly even some of the rollovers. I don't know why some videos roll over and some don't. It really is like perplexing and at times frustrating, but you get an idea of the different things that Rushing Wind Mountain is bringing us. And an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're here with us for just about every live stream. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. Michael's Adventures. I think YouTube is probably just pushing the promotion system because, of course, they make the money, right? When we advertise our videos. So it's interesting because YouTube, not YouTube, but Google in general, like just clears the table with money because The only thing that people can do is, like, let's say you want your video promoted, right? So you go through the YouTube system and promote your video. You pay to have it put out there as an advertisement, right? Not quite the same as the Google front page for advertisements, but what happens is people just keep paying more and more and more. And the idea is that here in the Superchat family, I imagine that 99% of us are looking for monetization and hoping to bring some kind of a stream of income through our YouTube channels. So I find it unfortunate to think that we're going to give away a lot of that revenue just to try to get more, right? Whereas the thought is, let's say you get more viewers, more views, let's say you get more subscribers and things like that. If you hadn't promoted the videos, would you still have gotten the same amount of revenue? And we can't know. You can't see the future, right? But you can do a little bit of like asking around. Just see what people think about it first and say, like, is it actually worth it? Then we have to be careful too, because a lot of emails and things like that will come through looking official. We might even think it's YouTube, but it's actually somebody else that's just doing the same thing you could do for yourself, and they're just charging you so that they can do it for you, and possibly even 10 times the price. But we have to just ask around and see. So YouTube has, like, you know, a legitimate way to promote videos within the YouTube studio, but you're basically just turning your video into an advertisement and having it pushed out. So you have to make the decision. Is it worth, you know, paying, I don't know, $10 in the hope of making 20? But what if you don't, though? That's the thing, right? So we have to really consider this stuff. It's way too advanced a topic for me to even give like absolute opinion on or anything like that. But it's just ideas, let's say. And there's enough people in the Superchat family who have tried that. You can figure out which channels those are and then reach out to those creators. Butler Family Farm has offered to share information with anybody that wants it about the promotion system, because he's pushing that channel really hard. His the way that he described it was, not everybody wants to wait years to get 100,000 subscribers, right? And not everybody feels like they have those years to wait, let's just say. So he's going a little bit harder, and we'll see. So these are just thoughts. Like I said, I use YouTube Premium as well. Everybody can see that. You know, obviously the Premium is on the top of the page. The biggest benefit that I find that I forget every day is the fact that I don't see advertisements. It's quite a bit of money to spend, because I forget if it's, Jason will know better than me, I can't remember if it's like $20 or close to it Canadian. It could be even more for YouTube Premium, because I don't use all of the features. I do use YouTube Music just because I'm already paying for Premium. But what that does is it also, because I don't see advertisements, it guarantees everybody their tiny sliver of income, which we hope is as much as you would have made on the ads that are not then watched. But these are just ideas. And then L's Endeavors is up on the screen. So forgive me, I'm not sure if I have one of your videos already in my watch later list, and I've gone through this speech a few times already today. Yeah, there it is right there. Wawa salad is the truth. So I'm just going to go ahead and subscribe. Usually I don't subscribe while I'm live streaming. And I'm going to take your latest video and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list as well. I haven't gone through that watch later list yet, probably for a couple of streams. I didn't realize I was so far behind. But tonight, right after this live stream, in another 20 minutes or so, while we're on the music channel, I'll start the watch later list. And that will make sure that those videos get watched. But I also have another one in my catch-up list, so I'll get through 2 videos. So L's Endeavors is 532 subscribers. Obviously spiritual inspiration on this channel, but I have yet to learn about it. Then shorts over here have gotten into 1,100 views, 1,500, 1,400. Some of these are starting to really move, actually, and that's great to see. And then L's Endeavors has been with us several times. And thank you, Scratch and Pete PA. I got to get the music channel ready to go. It's ready. I got to get the link for us here, though. I wasn't sure if Shane was still here. I probably would have called out in a second. It's okay if we go a few minutes over time. We're moving pretty quickly. I'm going to try to race through channels now, but we still got another 10 minutes or so. Andre Southgate is coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Pitts Life, thanks for coming in. Forgive me for not being certain if we've seen your channel before. I feel like I recognize the name, but I'm not certain. And then when we look at Andre Southgate, we see a creator who's actually been friends of ours for years. He comes in occasionally now, but brings us prize fighting on his channel. I'm just going to grab the latest video. He literally just put that out today. I'll put that in my catch-up list. I can see I'm behind with the channel, but that'll give me the chance to catch up the littlest bit. There's some more healthy-looking grilling shorts. This creator's also been known for those. And look at some of the views on these. 3,600, 4,600, 11,000 views on one of these. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they've got quite a few of these, and it's more prize fighting as an idea. Hopefully everybody will connect with Andre Southgate. They're another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and we'd love to push them towards the 1,500 subscribers we know they're thinking about.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
I'm not sure if I'm even sharing premium. I got to figure that out. Because through family, I certainly can. I didn't even, I don't know if I even thought of that. And then, thank you, Timmy, the racing channel. Yeah, the copyright-free music stream is ready to go. If anybody hasn't seen it already, it's a special channel that's got all the same music in the background of Superchat. It's all copyright-free music. And what we do over there is it's a different kind of live stream. It's like a virtual nightclub. There's music playing, a video game going. We can all participate in the chat. Everybody can connect the same way we do here. And we do link drops over there as well. Lucy Grace 56, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. We're looking at Vintage Style by Joe with almost 2,400 subscribers. Goodness, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They do a great job of bringing creativity in ways we may not even have thought of, including like they keep a lot of like the scrap material or scrap fabrics and things like that, and then show us really interesting things that can be made. And they're going to talk to us about technique. Technique is what I'm talking about. I'm going to put one of their latest videos, literally quilt as you go scrap rolls. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. Give me a chance to catch up a little bit. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,300, 2,600 views and beyond, and they're monetized. Like I said, they're also bringing us live streams. So they've got these seeming to happen even more often than once a week as an average, which is great to see. And I've been lucky to catch them a couple of times, as you can see. I think quite a few times, actually. And then hopefully I'll catch you again very soon. Like I said, they're working on 2,400 subscribers. Vintage Style by Joe is another creator who's here frequently, and obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'll spin the wheel. I see down the road. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Jeremy D-Day is a friend that I've had literally for about 6 years now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Kathy is in the house. Forgive me. I know we were in a live stream together. I think it was early this morning. It was today or yesterday. And I had said hello to everybody, but I was doing something else on the computer like I usually am. And I didn't see your name until long afterwards. So I didn't mean to miss you in the chat. It's just I was working on something else. Even with my glasses on, I can't seem to see a thing clearly. Jeremy D-Day is up on the screen, and Mr. Fulton Mraz is another friend I met right around the same time as I met Jeremy here. These creators have literally been with us since before Tuber Chat was even a channel. But thank you for the good news, Mr. Fulton Mraz, and congratulations. They're always bringing us interesting news in the chat. Jeremy D-Day's here as often as he can be as well. It's interesting after all these years to be here, you know, for just about every stream. I don't expect everybody to be here that much. I just like to recognize it with a few creators here. Jeremy D-Day's got a couple of channels actually. So here he brings us reviews, shorts, and vlogs. I'm just going to grab the latest video and I'm going to put that into my catch-up list like I do. That'll help me to get or keep caught up with his channel. I see he's got a couple of premieres set to go as well. Pardon me, I'm clicking everywhere. I am not with it today. And I've got these premieres ready as notifications, even though I got the notification bell on for every channel. Then we've got shorts over here, and these have gotten into 27,000, 69,000 views, and then live streams as well. He's done quite a few of these actually, even lately. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these, Jeremy. I don't know, I haven't caught you yet. And then GD Night 7 is his original channel, and this is where I met Jeremy like 6 years ago on this channel. And you can see he's doing really, really well now, mostly with music and album reviews now. And I'm just going to grab his latest video, Blind Melon. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. We see he's doing album reviews, rankings, shorts, and much more. Shorts over here have gotten into hundreds of thousands of views, getting into 365, 700,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. These are just experiments, but we'll see if he's going to bring any of these in the future. And then we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up on the screen, and it's going to be Henry Leslie Vermont.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Then we're looking at Henry Leslie Vermont, and this creator is going to bring us Vermont wildlife. And then they say Leslie Homestead Dooryard, but forgive me because I'm not 100% clear on exactly what I'm saying when I read that. And then gardens and other miscellaneous content. When we look at the channel, we're going to see all outdoor content. And then yeah, Homestead Dooryard. I don't understand. Maybe I just haven't heard that put that way. And then when we look at how far behind I am with the channel, I know I gotta grab a video and put it into my catch-up list. First of all, they're at 530 subscribers, which is great to see. We'd love to push them towards the 600. I know they're thinking about. I see Henry Leslie Vermont just about every day supporting other creators. Michael's Adventures drops a premiere usually every night at 8 o'clock, and which I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it's almost 8 o'clock right now. He did one earlier for us and rated into Tuber Chat. So again, thank you, Michael's Adventures, for that. When we look at Henry Leslie Vermont, I see him over there all the time. But this creator as well has gotten shorts with some trail cam footage getting into 4,800, 6,400 views. And then live streams featuring a lot of winter weather. Not surprising for Vermont, but beautiful looking, obviously. And then we'll be looking forward to seeing if they're going to continue live streams, maybe even this coming winter. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up on the screen. John123 Canada 42, good to see you in the house. That's another creator in Niagara Falls, Canada, exactly where I am. And Katie's Kitchen is coming up, another longtime friend. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. When we look for their handle, I know it's Katie's in the Kitchen. I wonder if your search results are not showing up right now. You might have like fallen a little bit in the search results until you get some new content coming out. That's just a guess. Let me type this as a handle here. so I get it right. Happen to know this one when I share videos. I do all my community post sharing in advance. But Katie's in the kitchen. Katie's kitchen here. 446 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 500 we know they're thinking about. They got cooking videos here, a lot of food bank grocery hauls as well. And then shorts on the channel feature more variety. But these have gotten into 2,500, 6,700, and 8,300 views. Sprained ankle pizza. How did I never notice this title for a shorts video? And forgive me if you're putting out shorts, I didn't realize that, but I just wonder that because Katie's Kitchen, you know, like I don't only share for members and moderators and super chatters and things like that, but I do mix things up so that everybody, no matter how they're supporting, gets a little bit of love, and I mix that up based on who's, you know, most active here and things like that. But Katie's Kitchen, I've shared a lot of videos out on the community tab, usually at least once a month, so I know the handle pardon me, really well. But I wonder if that's the thing. If you're able to get a bit more content going, you'll probably rise right back up the search results. But I'm just guessing because everybody's search results are going to be different than mine. And I wonder if YouTube's given us another algorithm switch up or anything like that again, because it happens frequently. And Katie's in, pardon me, now I'm saying Katie's in the kitchen all the time. Katie's Kitchen just did a Minecraft stream a few weeks ago, though. So I think what I'll do is for today, I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. And then I'll order my videos from shortest to longest. And if I have to, I'll just let that run out or have that running while I'm doing a something else on the computer. Your emotional support pizza. Oh, excellent. I'm probably going to steal that title. I hope not to sprain my ankle. I've done that before. But my emotional support pizza sounds like a fantastic idea. I used to think lasagna was my favorite food, but I've had a lot more pizza than lasagna in my life, so I have to face the fact, right? My whole family is literally like pizzaed out because I've had so much pizza for family get-togethers and things like that. I mean, I'm lucky that we do that. We get together and all this. But it's the default answer for just about everything. And Red Hot Entertainment was Red Hot Reactions. Let me just see if it comes up if I search that, and then I'll oh, maybe not. Oh, Steve, there he is. Okay, let me go to the channel link for now. I'll just do it quickly. But I'm going to link to this one. Steve's been a long-time friend. He's been with us for about 5 years as well. Oh, Bell's Whisper Farmstead. Forgive me, Kristen. I didn't mean to forget to put your channel on the wheel, but since you're still here, we'll look at it. Just getting the link for Red Hot Reaction there, or Red Hot Entertainments, pardon me. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Steve, this creator from the UK. Was bringing us a lot of reaction videos, so they're really mixing things up now, I guess, but they've got a lot of video gameplay as well, and I've been lucky to catch them many times. I actually caught them the other day right after they were here again, so I used that video to catch up, and then this live stream a couple days ago I caught, which is cool. And you can see they're really mixing up the gameplay, but they've been at this literally for years. So 733 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 800 we know they're thinking about. I'll spin the wheel just for fun. I meant to put Bella's Whisper Farmstead on there, but it's okay. We'll look at PK Adventure Travels right now. And Paralife TV, your Everyday Wheelchair Ninja. I thought I put your channel on the screen, on the wheel. Pardon me. And then we'll get Lucy Grace 56, because it's okay if we go over time. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum, but you know what I mean. And let me hook up the video game on the copyright free music channel. It's coming up. And pardon me while I sound like I'm thinking out loud here. PK Adventure Travels is coming up. This is Ryan and Mel. They are, after today, eternally responsible for if my camera ever falls and goes out of whack, because They have an interesting video that I watched where they give us a tour of their RV camper, and when I was watching that video, I was noticing the modifications that they made and the way that they kind of customize it with little simple things to, how do I say? They've got like little hooks and clasps and things like that that hold some of the things. Like any of us might use in the car, for instance. I use the alien tape that Ryan recommended. And I've got a vehicle where I've got a phone holder, but it doesn't charge the phone. So I got to have a cable running all over the place, and I don't want everybody to knock it and everything else. I don't want to kick it. And, you know what it's like when your phone is still plugged in and you rip the cord and you just get upset because you think you're destroying everything. So you're able to put little clips, let's just say, and Ryan swears the alien tape's going to be the thing, so we'll see. These creators do a fantastic job with everything travel. They're travel agents, but what they're going to do is give us ship tours, room tours. They're going to talk about excursions, amenities, destinations, and not just cruising, other travel as well. There's the video of the camper. And they really do a thorough job. So even though like this video is 42 minutes, it's 42 minutes of straight content. And I was taken away with the channel right away. Ryan and Mel do a great job. Ryan's got another series on the channel where he brings us travel news. They're interesting stories that can affect any of us when we're thinking about traveling. Very informative. I would recommend anybody watch those. If you're thinking about traveling, I mean, Ryan, you probably have a playlist just for those. But if not yet, I hope you'll put them into a playlist, because I have a feeling if somebody finds those and watches, let's say, 2 of them, they're going to want to see all of them. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. They're live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and they usually set up about a month and a half to 2 months in advance. Sometimes they have guests on the channel as well, or frequently, I think, right? I think I've seen them many times on other channels as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with PK Adventure Travels. They're well over 3,000 subscribers now and monetized, which is great. Musical Kill Shot, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Let's spin the wheel. Paralife TV is coming up. Why can't I remember to put Bell's Whisper Farmstead on the wheel? I said it like 3 times, I think. Jaden is in the house. Jaden has always run the stream in the background, which I appreciate. He's been a dear friend all these years, basically 5 years now, I think. Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja, is Shane from New Brunswick, another fellow Canadian. He was talking about the idea of movies today, looking for a movie to try to watch, but probably knowing he'd fall asleep too. And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead. Forgive me, I don't know what is going on. I'm trying to race through the last bit of the stream, but it's okay for us to go over time because the copyright-free music channel is running. So Lucy Grace 56 and Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen. Let's spin the wheel right away. Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja, is going to give you life from a certain perspective. And usually what happens on this channel is there's at least 2 different things to learn, because we're learning simple things like do-it-yourself videos, which this creator does a lot of, as well as fitness, and then from that perspective. So I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. I've been lucky enough to meet up with Shane last summer, and this creator's working on 4,200 subscribers right now. We'd love to push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. I can't tell you how many times I've sat and watched him on a live stream literally working out while I'm eating snacks. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 16,000, 20,000 views, and then live streams as well. And I've been lucky enough to catch him. I didn't realize, it was just a week ago. He was cleaning the garage. I'm always happy to see anybody keeping a garage neat and tidy, because I know how troublesome it can be. I don't have a garage or anything like that, but I've like rented storages for most of my adult life, and it just feels impossible to keep them in any sort of non-disarray, if that makes any sense. And then the Musical Kill Shots working on shorts videos, which is great to hear. And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead up on the screen right now. This is homesteading tips, recipes, how-to, and do-it-yourself videos. And most of these videos feature Kristen. Occasionally you'll see Mike. I joke all the time that he shows up for the taste test, especially when she's working on recipes. But she's been really putting out a lot of videos lately, which is great to see. And it's homesteading on a budget more than anything else as an idea. You know, there's a lot of money-saving tips here. And what Kristen does on this channel is really a thorough job, I believe, of planning before even making the videos, and then doing a thorough job on the videos as well. One of my favorite videos to have watched is this tiny house tour. I talked about this earlier with Matt and Mouse channel. They've got a little cabin, and I'm fascinated by these things, but they just did this spectacular job with this barn dominium. Mike did this particular video, but Kristen otherwise might do some live streams occasionally, taking us by the water or for a fireside chat. And then they've got shorts on the channel as well, all in line with their long form content, getting into 2,700 and 3,700 views and beyond. We'd love to push them towards the 3,600 subscribers that we know that they're thinking about. And Bell's Whisper Farmstead is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter and has been with us for years. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. These live streams wouldn't be able to be what they are if it wasn't for the help of our moderator. So if you haven't already connected with them, I hope you will. I hope everybody will come and join us on the copyright-free music channel, because we got a live stream going right now. I'll drop the link for that again in the chat. It's already running. There's music playing, a video game going. We can all participate with simple commands in the chat. There's link drops over there. I know a lot of people like that. And we'll be back again. We're trying to keep the schedule of going on every 3 days. And I always post the streams in advance, so you can get those off the front page anytime. Lucy Grace 56 has got a video right here. They've also got some shorts. This channel's really meant to give us a chance to get to know them more than anything else. And then live streams on the channel as well. They seem to be live frequently, and hopefully we'll catch them. They've usually got a StreamYard panel full of friends. And then what I might do, though, I might take your latest live stream and I'm going to run it as run the replay in my catch-up list. And it looks like they're doing some diamond painting as well, if I'm not mistaken. 104 subscribers right now. We'd love to push this channel towards the 200 we know they're thinking about. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. Forgive my quick exit, but let's go over to the music channel. We'll see everybody again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding, day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Superchat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. a small YouTuber looking to connect. Superchatters got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty badges and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Superchat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Superchat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.